Have a look.
Neighbours, everybody needs good neighbours, with a little understanding. You can find the perfect man. Neighbours should be there for one another. That's when good neighbours become good friends.
Now, Alan Fletcher, who's played, of course, Dr. Carl Kennedy in Neighbours for 28 years, joins us now from Melbourne. Alan, hello. How are you feeling today?
Good morning. Well, it's the day after we finished. Yesterday was bittersweet. It was quite a tough day. I'll be fair to say. It was a very, very sad day, but celebratory as well, because of course we were filming one of the very, very last scenes, and we were surrounded by so many past cast members. So it was actually an enormous amount of fun, but of course sad that it was the last scene.
What's it like when you all got together? Because I imagine that even though, you know, cast members come and go, you stay in touch, because I think as a viewer you do like to think that you are all family, really, and you all do get on.
Oh, absolutely. Very, very much so. And sometimes people can be away for many years and come back and it's like it was yesterday. It's bumping into Peter O'Brien, for instance, who I personally hadn't seen for goodness knows how many years. It was something, oh, hi, Pete, how are you doing? And we're back where we were all those years ago. Paul Keane, just wonderful to see Paul back. So, yes, it's an absolute joy to have people come back. But because it is a family, it is just like your second cousins come home after 10 years of being overseas.
Alan, lovely to speak to you this morning. It's Charlie here. Can you just help me with something? So, in the final episode, I know lots of the characters have come back. Were they literally in the final episode? So, are you constantly going, oh, hello, here's so-and-so who happens to be walking down Ramsay Street out of the blue from 20 years ago? How has it all worked?
Well, Charlie, I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but through the magic of technology, of course, many people who couldn't physically be with us have other ways of returning. I can tell you, though, that almost any person who was available, who was approached, was magnanimous enough to say, yes, I would love to be involved. And that's the depth of affection that people have for the show, and a recognition of just how much the show has done for them, no matter how big they've become as stars. And that's absolutely brilliant.
Well done for keeping it quiet. You will see when the day comes. Alan, tell me about you, because you've been on the show for a very long time, which is great in an actor's career because you want work. What happens to you now?
Well, mercifully, Neighbours has given me a lot of connections, and so the UK is like a second home to me, Charlie, I'll be honest with you. So I'm over early July. I'll be doing some music gigs in London and some music festivals. Then back again in September doing my Dr. Carl in Conversation show right around the country. So Neighbours will stay alive for me in a big way, and I'll be back next year doing similar work as well. So I'll be keeping Neighbours alive, connecting with fans. That's really the thing I love the most, is connecting with the fans of the show. And while I'm at it, thank you to everybody who's emailed me and sent messages of support. Really, really appreciate it.
You know, picking up on that theme as well, are you, has it ever kind of taken you by surprise just how popular an Australian drama, an Australian soap, is in the UK?
Oh, no, it gave me a huge shock when I went over in 1999 to do my first panto, and I was mobbed. I went, goodness me, what's all this about? It was fantastic. And since then, of course, I've enjoyed a wonderful, wonderful connection with literally thousands and thousands of people in the UK. And it gives me so much joy, because when you make a TV program, you're just hoping that people love it. But when they actually can come to you face to face and say how much they appreciate the show, that is a joy to me.
Do you know, I don't think I'd fully appreciated how the show has spread, because I understand it's been shown in more than 60 countries around the world. Have there been places that either you visited or you've heard about or had contact with that are particularly surprising to you that they've taken to this programme?
Oh, well, I mean, I love the fact that in the Netherlands and Belgium in particular, the show is very popular, but my favourite is Iceland. because half the population of Iceland watch Neighbours. And I was literally mobbed when I went there. And every time I'd get out of the van and go into a petrol station, it'd be on the telly. It was just fantastic. So Iceland is my favourite overseas destination now for Neighbours love.
What if you had to? This is a question I don't know if you'll be able to answer. If you were to pick an episode or a storyline that for you was the most memorable, not now because obviously it's finishing, not this bit, but for you, what would it be? What do you think kind of resonated most with your fans or the audience from your point of view?
Well, I think probably the Izzy, Susan, Carl triangle, because it was so rich in drama. You know, you have a situation where a woman is pregnant and the father has died, so she latches onto Carl Kennedy and accepts him as a partner. So she's got a father for this daughter, loses the daughter, and of course then there's a huge blow up. It was a fantastic, intricate story. But I would like to say, though, I love comedy on Neighbours, and episode 7,000 is my favourite, where Carl loses a $7,000 spreadsheet.
That's funny. Alan, just tell me, I guess over the years you must have moved house quite a few times while you've been doing the show. How many times have you had people make the gag about the guy from Neighbours is our new neighbour?
Oh, well, actually, interestingly, I've actually I've been in my same home now since about 1997, so I've only moved once in the entire time that I've been on Neighbours, and I enjoy a fantastic relationship, of course, with my real-life neighbours.
Good. Well, that's it. On that very positive note, quite right too. I'm glad you had a good day yesterday. I'm sure it was very emotional, and we wait to see the results. So nice to speak to you.
Take care.
Thank you so much. Stay tuned, everyone.